just to start off, so very proud of our football team. We talked to them all week about just continuing to prepare, to continuing to push. There's been plenty of adversity that has shown up throughout this year, throughout the course of the early part of the season. But these guys, they believe in what we're doing, and coming off of last week. We saw moments, we saw flashes, we saw a team that was playing harder, really trying to work to play together. And this week we challenged throughout the course of the week is that we needed to see that consistency show up. And I thought this was our best week of preparation. Obviously, to go out there against a top 5 opponent, I thought we started incredibly fast. Our guys had tremendous energy, really fueling off of each other, both sides of the ball. And then how about special teams showing up big? 2 block punts. I thought really set the set the standard of how we wanted to play and how aggressive we wanted to be. Obviously, you're going into halftime. Just continue to talk to the guys. We knew a run was coming. That was good. That was something that when you're playing a good team, they're going to make plays, and we just wanted to make sure that we stay focused on the one play that was in front of us. We still have a long way to go. Still have a lot of mistakes that showed up. Some things that we got to show poise and control in every situation. I thought we had some foolish things there in the second half that we're going to get cleaned up. But it went down to the last play, and our guys were giving everything that they have. And I'm so honored to have the opportunity to coach this group and to see the response that they have, because it's been challenging. It's been challenging in every aspect, and they just continue to respond, and really proud of those guys, and to see that reaction and to see them in the locker room, the celebrations. That was pretty special. And so with that, I'll go ahead and take questions.
First question will be Irish Norvell from WarCamp.
Has there been any time, after the Miami loss, that you wondered whether or not these guys would totally buy in, or have you noticed from you?
The best way you can see buy-in is by response, and we push our guys in practice. We push them in meetings. From in everything that we do, we want them to be the best version of themselves. And we're still growing. We're still learning. We're still adapting to the expectations and the standard of what we're going to require in all aspects. And that's where I know they're buying in, because I see their response. So, obviously we're not perfect. We still make mistakes. We're a work in progress. But when you get a chance to see growth, when you see improvement, when you see investment, this isn't for everybody. We've had some guys that have chose other things, but the guys that are here are continuing to work, and they're continuing to try to be the best version of themselves in all aspects of their lives, and that's what tonight's about. And that is truly what you do it for, and to see the joy that was on their face, and just knowing how hard that they have been pushing to be able to get that opportunity, it was pretty special.
This will be Brennan Seminoles from 247.
Hey Mike, with that in mind, can you walk us through when the game ends, like walking onto the field, having the power back, getting guys come out hugging, and then going into the locker room too? Just what that's like for you as a coach to see that all kind of unfold in that moment?
There's really no words for it. It's so special, because since December 8th, the first time I walked into that meeting room with my team and this group, it's been every moment. We've tried to grow and improve, just to believing in what was coming. And at the end of the day, I tell our guys that the ultimate objective with every opportunity you get is just to try to go out and be the best you, and to see their celebrations, to see the joy, to know that with stacked against all odds. There's not many people I don't think gave us a chance tonight, but they didn't worry about what other people thought of them. They didn't think about any of the limitations that they could be put out in front of them. They just went out and played their game. And like I said, there's still a lot of things that we're going to continue to clean up and continue to grow in. But tonight was about these guys. It was their moment, and they definitely deserved the victory for how they prepared and how they responded to all that they're asked to do.
Next will be Andrea Adelson from ESPN.
Mike, it's been so long since this team found a way to win a game in the fourth quarter. What do you think a win like this knowing that they were able to hold on for a win in the fourth, can just do for the confidence of this team moving forward?
It means everything. I think that we're going to be able to learn a lot from the film that we get to watch tomorrow, and obviously the experience that we have. But these guys finished, and that's something that is so critical. It's one of the core. It's one of the core values of our program and what we want to be. We want to be a group that's known as finishers. We want to finish academically. We want to finish, in every aspect of what's in front of us. And that's where the constant push, the constant challenge, and everybody feels it. When you get a sense of momentum swinging one way or the other, you've got to truly rely on your training, and that's why I called the entire team up in the fourth quarter, and you kind of had a smile on my face, and I said, guys, this is where you rely on what you do. I go, at the end, I can't tell you what this fourth quarter is going to look like. You go out there and you play the next play. You give everything that you have. You maximize your effort in this opportunity, and they did that. And we found a way to be one play better. And once again, so proud of them. And I think it's going to be monumental for us to continue to grow and build off of this example.
Next will be Kurt Weiler from Tallahassee Democrat.
You talked this week, I think, about needing more from the defensive line. I mean, I would say you got it tonight. How consistently you were able to pressure St. Hal, just your pride in what that unit was able to accomplish.
Well, I thought the defense responded incredibly. We were down. The number of guys that were not available tonight, and some guys that got banged up within the course of the game. That was heart. That was what you saw on that field was guys that just made the choice and gave all. And I grabbed the defensive backs, the defensive line, linebacker. Like that, I talked to them specifically as groups after that game because I know the challenge that was presented. And I know there's been a lot of talk about what what we haven't done up until this point of the season, but tonight we needed them to show up big, and boy did they ever. And from Josh Kando's interception return for a touchdown, pressure on the quarterback, that is a dang good offense we just faced. That's one of the best offenses in the country, and our guys just continued to rise to the challenge. And the plays that they made some incredible plays. But we didn't let that distract us to the next one. And I was just so proud of the defensive front, forcing unit, and obviously those guys in the back end because that was challenging with some of the personnel situations that arose throughout the course of the game.
Next would be Matt Baker from Tampa Bay Times.
Hey Mike, congrats. You talked about how things, momentum can be shifting. What did you see from your defense kind of heading out on that final drive when things were definitely continuing to shift?
They had confident eyes. They understood that all it takes is one play, and you saw that with the we created a couple negatives. There on the final drive. You have to give them credit. They made a couple of incredible catches there within the moment on that drive. But our guys, you see it in their eyes, you see it in their response, you see it in their body language, and they were ready for the next one. That's all they were focused on, trying to finish to the best of their ability. And they put us in a great position to win that game, and they finished the job.
Next will be Aslan Hazarbendi from Warcamp.
Coach, how important was Jordan Travis's sort of his guttiness, his gamemanship to go out there and kind of suck it up, and his, the fact that he got banged up, did that affect how you guys were able to utilize it in the second half later on?
It's a little bit challenging there. I think Jordan is an incredible competitor. He made some unbelievable plays tonight, and we got limited a little bit. Later in the game, we're trying to be smart just in what all we were asking him to do. But he led this offense, and I think there's a great deal of confidence in the job that he does, and obviously how he was able to extend some plays tonight. What he did as a runner. Decisions. One of the things that's going to go unseen is some of the things that he did in the check game. He really embraced the package that we put together for this game, and I thought did an extraordinary job. Being able to manage the different situations, and like I said, was a little bit limited there. Late in the game, but he is a warrior, and so proud of him and the performance that he had as well.
Next will be Allison Posey from WTSL.
Hey, Coach. Just at the beginning of this game, especially the ability to build off of plays. You talked about building off of momentum and building off of plays. Kind of the quick start for you guys. How important was that and kind of building that momentum in the first half?
I mean, it was big, and that's why we knew we were going to be aggressive on our punt pressure unit. I thought Coach JP, we put together a great plan. Our kids believed in it. We knew that there was going to be an opportunity to change the game, within that forcing unit, and we did. And with 2 block punts, I mean, that was huge. And then you even look through the course of the first half. I thought it was critical after they went down and scored the 2-minute drive to be able to go down and put the ball in the end zone right before the half. I mean, that was something that was pretty special for our football team, and gave us great momentum going into halftime, knowing that we'd get the ball. And like I said, there's some things in the second half that we're going to have to clean up and continue to grow from. But they answered the call, and you look at that last 2-minute drive. Well, that's one that I'll remember for a long time.
All right, next we'll go back to Ira from Moorcamp.
What went into Dennis Briggs' deciding to opt back in, and obviously that was really important tonight, and that you so limited the front.
Well, been talking to Dennis, throughout his decision. Absolutely respected his decision, and the process of when he opted out, and we spoke. Throughout, talked to him probably about 3 weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago, just kind of checking in to see where he was. I know that defensive coaches and have been staying in touch, and Dennis said that this was something that he was thinking about, and obviously we were without a couple of guys on the defensive front coming into this week, and so we talked to him Sunday night, and he talked with his family, and he made the choice. And at the end of the day, that's what was so impressive to see that he made the choice. He actually had to go through all the testing protocols to be available to play, and to do what he did tonight, I mean, that was definitely pretty impressive. And especially whenever Corey went out, we had some other guys that were playing a lot of snaps, and Dennis provided a great boost for this team, and I'm obviously glad that he made the choice and was comfortable with the choice to come, and be a part of what we're doing here, this season, and excited about his growth here moving forward.
Next will be Terry from Tomahawk Nation.
There's something that you preach has been that next play mentality. And tonight, I mean, you saw it from the defense multiple times, saw it from Jordan on his interception and running from there. What do you think that kind of reflects their growth?
Yeah, I mean, we said coming into the game, whatever it takes. We need 60 minutes together. We needed 60 minutes having each other's back. And, there's things that you'll look back at that game and say, well, this should have been done better. This could have been done better. All of that's real. Well, I mean, that's a part of life. That's a part of playing this game. But when you know that you have somebody that's there to support you, when you know that there's somebody there that if you stumble, if you fall, that you've got teammates, you've got brothers that are going to pick you up and help push you forward. That's what this team is being built upon. And to see the celebration, to see the hugs, to see just the joy that they had doing it together. That's the greatest thing about the game of football. And obviously, I'm honored to coach this group, and they definitely had each other and our coaching staff's back tonight in the way that they played.
We'll go back to Brendan from Old 247.
Mike, earlier in the week, you said that the production would come from Marvin Wilson. He just kept at it, and it came today. What clicked for him in your mind? And then for him to maybe not have the season he's been wanting to have, to play this hard, put that much energy into this game, how rewarding was that to see?
It's great. Marvin is a tremendous player. Obviously, we needed him to show up big today, and he's just continued to work. And that's something that you give credit to him, is that it's not always about a stat line. It's not always about all those things. I mean, there's people that are game planning for him. There's things that that he's experiencing. Obviously. With throughout the early part of this season, but tonight, in those key moments, I thought he showed up at a very high level, and he's no different than anybody else on this team. That to play the level that you're capable of, you just got to continue to believe in the preparation. And Marvin, he embraces that. He is a extremely hard worker, and I think that showed up tonight in a big time moment.
We're going to go 2 more. We'll go back to Kurt from Democrat.
It feels almost like Jordan kind of being put into the starting lineup 2 weeks ago in the middle of that Texas State game, kind of a turning point to get to now. Obviously, his on-field play speaks for itself, but how much do you think he's someone who it feels like the team kind of feeds off his energy, how he plays the game, and really rallies around it?
I mean, I think that the way that he approaches, all that he does is he definitely, brings a tremendous spark. Jordan's not the most outgoing person. Like if you talk to him in meetings or you put him in that group setting, he's, I think the thing that gives everybody great confidence is that, he knows what he's being asked to do. He understands his assignment. He's confident in what he's been asked to do. And then when he steps on the field, he gives everything that he has. I mean, I think you see the physicality that he shows, the toughness that he shows throughout the course of a game. Obviously the explosiveness. He had a couple of incredible runs today. And even with the interception that he threw, I mean that his response, I loved it. He comes over to the sideline. I'm talking to him about what he should do, and he understood the situation and what he needed to do moving forward. And that's what you love to see. That mature, that confidence. I mean, and he's definitely a great leader for this team, and somebody that we all feed from, and off of his energy and excitement.
All right, last one will be Aswan from Woodham.
You mentioned how you and the team are learning each other. They're learning about the expectation. Last week, you set the expectation to beat the number 5 team in the nation. You fell short. You come back and you coach them hard again for another week, set the expectation to beat number 5 North Carolina. You're able to accomplish that. I guess just how fulfilling is that? What kind of momentum does that give you? And sort of, I guess, I don't want to say credibility, but just the excitement that can create for your program.
I mean, I believe in these guys. I've said that throughout the process. I believe in our players. I want them to have these experiences and play to the level that they're capable of. But even tonight, it wasn't about North Carolina. Yes, it is incredible, top 5 win, all of that stuff. But it's about us playing the best that we can play. And we're going to come back tomorrow, and we're going to coach them hard tomorrow. We're going to push. We're going to continue to challenge. We're going to clean up the mistakes that were made. That's probably the most exciting thing for me is that we beat a really good football team, and we didn't play a real clean game, especially there in the second half. So there's areas for growth, and I think that's where you develop confidence in what they're being asked to do. That's where they develop confidence in how you do everything that you do. Last week, the last drive of the Notre Dame game, we had a 4th down stop at the goal line. Most teams would have probably just went through and hey, what's another touchdown? We were in a tough moment. Our guys showed me something. They showed a finish and they showed a response. And I celebrated as hard as I possibly could at that moment because they made the choice. This week, we came into the week of practice and we said we needed to have our best week. We needed to be consistent. And you know what? We put that on the field this week in how we prepared for this game. Was it perfect? No. We're going to push to be better tomorrow and the next day? Absolutely. But when they see the reward of that, and that's the celebration, the excitement that we were able to do what was necessary to be 1-0 today, right? We're still going to push because I know we have so much more. I know we're capable of so much more. And that's where our focus needs to be. It doesn't matter. It won't ever matter who we're playing. Focus on us. And if we'll put our best foot forward, there's no limits I'll put on what this football team can accomplish, and we're going to continue to grow.